It's the anti-tracker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulty.
What is going on YouTube? Michael J. Crawford, the anti-tracker here. And, you know, I don't know why I even bother with well, actually, I didn't even do it. So I'm going to hold my hand there because I accidentally revealed the name beforehand. Let's bring that up. There we go. So yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know why I bother with the question marks there, because Thomas just said, give me the new one before the credits even started. So dang. However, Thomas, I gotta say, Bird of Prey was first. He commented 24 minutes before I started streaming. So there is that. However, good to see you, all of you. And let's get this going here. I want to make let me double check everything here. So Thomas is here, Chief Cook is here, Darth Kilhoun is here, the multi-gunman is here, Starch Wreck is here, Chief Cook is here, Mr. Miles is calling everybody nerds. Well, of course, that's why we're here. Josh is excited because Bird of Prey is staying up. Well, Bird of Prey is just staying up because he knows how awesome this new super chat is. That Thomas just paid $1.99. You guys are going to love it in just a second. Now, I got to tell you that Mrs. Anti-Tracker is the total inspiration for this super chat. She came up with the idea. She gave it to Joshua. Joshua animated it. I had no idea what they were doing until tonight when they actually unveiled it for me. So, and it is mind-blowingly funny. You guys are going to absolutely love it. And so, without further ado, let's unveil the latest and greatest super chat reward. I can't even tell you the name because that's a spoiler, but you'll just enjoy. And there it is. The day that disco died. So that was too much. I tell you, until that punchline at the end, I was kind of like, what are they doing? I don't get it. That was awesome. So Mrs. Anti-Tracker, I think she's watching right now. At least she's supposed to be. You guys let her know how much you appreciate her writing, because that was freaking awesome. And of course, thanks to Josh, we get to enjoy it a second time. So, and I'll tell you, that whole scene with new Spock spinning around in circles, I could watch that all day long. And yes, that is the USS Crawford or USS Anti-Checker, depending on which timeline I guess you're in and everything. But yes, Joshua used all sorts of stuff that man, I love that. As far as what I'm drinking, this is a little bit of bourbon. Tell you, I'm having a little bit of a bad back day, and it's, yeah. So I'm sitting on a chair, yes, Thomas, but I'm not sitting on my chair. That's what pisses me off. So the chair that I usually sit in, which I love that chair, got a few months ago, it just completely out of the blue broke. I mean, like the support thing that connects the chair to the stand part just snapped. And while I was sitting here working, and I ended up flat on my back right here, and that was definitely not a pleasant experience. It's like, yeah, that's what I need. Now I got to buy a new chair. Great. So I'm sitting on this raggedy chair for now. It'll get me by, but yeah, that just... Screw it. I'm not going to talk about the chair. So what's with the title? Did you not just see the death of Discovery just now, Zoom? That it is a super chat. We just played it twice. Were you not paying attention? Lex says, I love Lore Reloaded, no homo, but I don't like the fact that he of all people says Star Trek Discovery is canon. Well, here's the thing. And Alex, I don't know, I haven't priced a chair or anything yet. This literally happened a couple of hours ago. And so I have not started to price any halfway decent chair yet. But that chair cost me... I know I got it was on sales, like half price, and I got it for like $200. So that really pissed me off. So yeah. But anyway, I'll buy your broken chair from you, James. Why would you want to buy my broken chair? Martin's like, what got here? Just got here. What happened? Well, my chair broke while I was in it. Fortunately, not while I was live streaming, but while I was working my regular job. And whoa, dang, fish is like big now. But anyway, so the chair snapped, and I ended up on my back, and now my back is not feeling too good. So yeah. Love the shirt. Thank you. I like this shirt. Nothing silly about it, but yeah, nice Celtic pattern. I like it. Darth Killen's like, just get an office leather chair. I probably, I do like those nice big office chairs. The problem is, for a good one, they're really expensive, and I don't want to put out that kind of money for a freaking chair. But then I probably should, because then I wouldn't break the damn thing. But yeah. Sorry about your chair, Trigger. Do you want me to send you a special brownie? Resolute. I would not want you to violate federal law. Like the green screen. Yeah, this is, I'm just experimenting with it now. It's obviously not complete yet. You can, jeez! Stupid, get back! All right, so, sorry, I'm just feeling silly today. Josh says, I'll buy the broken chair if Mrs. Anti-Trigger autographs it. Wow, that's why I just need to start selling Mrs. Anti-Trigger's autographs. What are the fishes say? I don't really have names for them. That shark is like all over the place today. Anyway, so my chair that I was in, it actually was a gamer chair. It was a really nice one. So, and that's why I'm really disappointed, because the thing about gamers chairs that I don't like is most of them don't have enough padding on them, and that one actually did. So, Thomas says, $900 for the chair, add $500 for Mrs. Anti-Trigger's autograph. Absolutely. Send me $1,400, and I will absolutely send you my broken gamer chair with Mrs. Anti-Trigger's autograph. And Bad Wolf, I wish it was 2015 to 2019. I got that chair last year. Let's name the shark Lore Reloaded. That seems like kind of an odd name for a shark. Reality is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We just unveiled the newest and, in my opinion, best of the Super Chat rewards. The one listed as Disco is Dead, hence the name of tonight's live stream. So how about just Lori? Lori, that's not bad. There you go. Lori is the official name of the shark from this point forward. Let's see. Zoom says, hey, Trucker, I will give you $5 for your wallet and $10 for your house keys. Being funny. Hey, Anti-Trucker, just 3D print some parts for the chair. You do realize that 3D printed parts are not that strong. But yeah, that would be great if that would work. Amazon Prime, $111 swivel office chair. They're really good. Is that where you got yours, Darth? That video is still processing. I don't know what's up with that. Thomas, did you see my message on the website? No, I have been actually, honestly, for the last little bit, I was downstairs with Mrs. Anti-Trekker drinking some liqueur to try and deaden the pain from the chair tumble. However, I will go there right now, Thomas. And let's see what you did this time. Oh, so they have Section 31 gear. Is that... So you're trying to show me the cool... Although I gotta... The thing that pisses me off is that... I like the Section 31 badges. Like that Section 31 hat, if it was... I don't like the camo pattern on it, but other than that, I like it. But I'm not a big hat guy. But I would definitely get one of the black badges if I could find a nice one. So let's see. You need to get a punching bag with the YouTube logo on it. Well, I do have right here my official Anti-Trekker punch bag for Star Trek Discovery and other things that aggravate me. Love the green screen. Oh my God, did you hear OBJ was traded to the Browns? No idea who OBJ. I know you're big into that stuff, right? Reality. I have no clue who OBJ is. When I see that, I think that it is an object file that you use in 3ds Max. That's what I'm thinking. We need to steal Captain Foley's chair. I'll tell you what, Josh. Anybody that steals Captain Foley's chair and brings it to me will get free super chats for the rest of their natural life. Let's see. Star Trek Discovery, in my opinion, is currently raping every Star Trek fan. It's about to get whacked in retaliation. I'll tell you, you know, while the last episode was actually enjoyable, but yeah, that's overall, yes. It has Crazy Eyes Spocks and sound in space. Well, so does the Super Chat. Did you not notice that? I love the little touches like that. They play music in space. Name the shark Jump, so you can call it Jump the Shark. That's a good one, Quantum. I like that one. Maybe you could fix it with some self-sealing stem bolt. Yes, I could, if there was such a thing. Build a captain's chair. I would love to do that, Chief, if I had a clue how to do it. If I actually had the skills, I would build a replica Captain Kirk chair and enjoy the crap out of it. Your pal Al throws one of his fake Canadian bucks in there. Thank you so much, your pal Al. I haven't seen you in a little while, so let me know what super chat you want, and I will throw it up there for you. Commander Underwolf, where is SG-1? Well, it's Tate. Stupid. SG-1 is in a mountain in Colorado. Mr. E-Monkey says, you remember that awful, terrible, no good series finale BS they pulled on Enterprise? Yes, I do. Your pal Al says, I've got something better. Well, you do.
I have got something better.
But you can still pick a regular super chat if you want, your pal Al. Might I recommend number 10? Hello, I just seen there's going to be a new Doom film. Are you talking about Doom the game or Doctor Doom? Either one could be cool. Let's see. How did Discovery die? It was already a walking corpse to begin with. Well, depending on what your pal Al says, you may find out in just a second if your pal Al wants me to play it again. Giant fish is eating Anti-Trekker. Yes, I've been being attacked by the giant fish tonight. Let's see. Do you like Warhammer 4K? I've never played it. I've heard good things about it, but genuinely, I know like nothing about it. You're about to lead directly to Trek Yards getting robbed. Well, true, but he's Canadian, so he'll be okay. Don't they have like universal chair insurance? Anti-checker. What if you see a captain going into a room and he has his badge scanned and you see his badge turn black and his uniform changes while the room he was in, while in the room when he is talking to Section 31? Could be cool, and they could be secret again in plain sight. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they're out in the open. I don't know if they're going to come up with a resolution for that. Foley will hand deliver his chair to you for that deal. Now, if he does, that would be awesome. Also, totally behind the captain's chair idea. I like the idea of building a captain's chair, but I know that that's a project I'm just not cut out for, at least not right now. Name the shark Quark. Quark the shark. Wow, you guys just want to come up with a name for that stupid shark. Reality throws $10 in. Thank you so much. Says, shot and the new super chat. Did you hear John Michael Vincent passed away? John Michael Vincent passed away. Yes, we talked about that the day the day it came out. I know it happened a while back, but the day it came out, we did talk about it. So rest in peace, John Michael Vincent. Airwolf was a fun show and ahead of its time. And he wants to see the new one. So for those of you that missed it the first couple times, here we go. The reason for the name of this live stream, the death of Star Trek Discovery live. And there it is. The day Disco died. Absolutely awesome. Joshua completely outdid himself. Mrs. Anti-Trekker, what a brilliant idea. Thank you to both of you. I love it, and I know you guys love it too, so that's the important thing. Why is SG-1? Good question. Star Trek SG-1. That could be interesting. I got to get caught up. I'm so far behind. Put a remote in the captain's chair along with your controller in the hidden compartment. That would be cool, but you know what? First, I'd have to, Darth, get all the materials together to build the captain's chair, get some time to build the captain's chair, and then build the freaking captain's chair. Cheyenne Mountain. Yes, I believe that is where it is. Your pal Al says 10 sounds good. Yeah, I love the music that he picked out. I don't know where he got it exactly. I'm assuming it's royalty free. Lexa's still upset that I saw Gorn in season 1. I am too. And they doubled down on it. A lot of people didn't catch it. But in season 2, I think it was episode 1 or 2 of season 2, as Pike was talking to Leland. It was the first time they met this season, so I think it was episode 1. And he mentioned how Leland was up to his elbows in alligators on Cestus 3. And I was that pissed me off. Brian says, Jan Michael Vincent, Damnation Alley. I have not seen Damnation Alley. And Trigger, speaking of YouTube's flawless system, still can't skip back on the live. I don't know what the hell is with that. I have been checking the settings, and yeah, I don't know. I don't get what's going on with that. And Darren says, yeah, you're defiling the sanctity and serenity of the fish tank by putting it behind you like that. Well, you don't like it like that? Look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, look, full HD fish. Look at the little guy right there, you know, just swimming around. Been rewatching DS9. Quark is a better character to me now. I like Quark a lot. Doom the game set to star Doom Girl. Well, you had to do that. Let's see. Chief Cook says, here, your chair. There we go. That's That's... So this is the chair that he sent me. Sorry, I know it's all flickery, and that's because I haven't finished getting things set up here. But yeah, that is nice. If I was going to get a pool float, that would definitely be high on my list because it's awesome. And let me close that and go back. All right. Do you block? You do block most of the news tickers? I know. I got to get used to the fact that, you know, the news tickers, I got to stay over here so that I'm not blocking everything. Canada Universal Everything Insurgencies. What is the meaning of the foolish title? The super chat that we just played, Boat Trek. Did you? That animation, that brilliant animation from my son, is the reason for the title. Put your chair on eBay as spare parts. There we go. Make the background a bridge. I was actually thinking about doing something like that. Right now, I'm just getting it set up. I haven't had a lot of time to get things perfected. Right now, I'm more concerned with getting the screen itself set up better so that there isn't as much obvious stuff around me. And I get the lighting all taken care of. But I think it looks a lot better. Anti-tracker wouldn't fit on that captain's chair. Thanks, Josh. Thanks. Have you ever considered giving Warhammer 40k a chance, or is it too dark and grim? Or is there's only war in the future? May I see Bird Wizard? You absolutely can see Bird Wizard, and I have no problem with the idea of the game of Warhammer 40k. I just haven't had time, you know, because my understanding is it's a pretty complex game, and I would have to have people to play it with, and I would have time to play it. So that's probably not going to happen anytime real soon.
Anal na trach, was betad, doch jel dienle.
Ariel Natris Oris Bazi Bedhead Juchel Dementa. Yeah, I'm not good.
Oh, Bird. He tries. He truly tries. And that's what I love about him. He is willing to try pretty much anything, even when he knows he shouldn't. What scenario in the Star Trek universe would scare you the most if you were captain of the USS Anti-Checker? And I will try to build you a captain's chair for you. First of all, James, thank you. If you actually tried to build a captain's chair, I'm not expecting anyone to build me a captain's chair, but thank you for the thought. As far as scenario in the Star Trek universe that would scare me the most is that if the universe ends up like it is in Star Trek Discovery. Yeah. We need to get out of this timeline. They need to come up with a way to reset it. We need to go back to the timeline as it was. So this is how Discovery dies, with thunderous applause. Absolutely. So you're sleeping on duty? No idea what you're talking about there. Man, I got to get caught up. Sorry, Trigger, you know Bird of Prey 5. Bird can pull off the fish behind him, but it's just wrong to see the fish behind you. I'm sorry. I'll come. Well, let me see. Do I have anything else I can throw up there? Nope, sure don't. How about... Yeah, I'll have to come up with something for you. Anti-Jugger is literally 5 minutes behind in the chat. I know. Ah, Captain Foley is in the house. Don't say anything about what I said about Captain Foley's chair, please. But it says, new setup looks good. Thank you, Captain. I actually like it so far. Still have some work to do. By the way, also, nobody really said anything, but I changed the color of the headings to make it easier to read because that blue was really hard to read. At least I can respect your opinion because the movie is more than cheese, Larson. But now I think we shall be stuck with her for a while now. Unfortunately, Andrew, I tend to agree. I think the best thing they can do with Brie Larson at this point is to have her, in the first movie she appears in after Endgame, have her fight Rogue and have Rogue permanently steal her powers so that she is no longer a thing. That would be nice. I don't know if they have the balls to do that, but that would be nice. There is only the Force, and I am its master. All right, Darth. The fish take is good until the hog shark comes around. Yeah, that shark, boy, he is a camera hog and a half. Jäger Bob, I was talking about lore mostly. Well, yeah, you do. That's pretty much all you do. This success will probably hurt the MCU in the long run. Personally, I don't think so, because I think they know that Brie Larson, because here's the thing, even people that like the movie a lot, like I like the movie moderately, but even the people that love the movie, honestly, except for the true shills, most people are saying Brie Larson was flat. T finished his run. Awesome. I wish I could run. I did comment on the heading signature. I'm sorry, Bird, I must have missed. Ah, jeez, there's that shark again. Lori, get. I'm sorry, Bird, I missed it. Let's see. I said you went from hard to read blue on green to harder to read green on green. You think that's harder to read? I think that's easier to read. It looks like it jumps out to me. Maybe it's just my computer. I don't know. Get a better monitor, Bird. I think you need to turn the contrast on yourself up about 12%. Well, I've been working on the settings for the webcam. I just got this webcam, and unfortunately, like you said the sharpness on it, or the contrast. If I turn the contrast up, we can get to, see, I got to be careful not to mess up there. That's about as high as I can go. Oh my God, it's Disco dying a second time? Yes, Mariah, you missed it if you haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it'll play again before the end of the night. I saw it this weekend. I thought it was pretty decent, including Brie's flat ass. Brie needs to, she needs to seriously talk to Nicki Minaj's doctor. Kevin, geez, stupid chat. I'm way far behind. Kevin Feige said they're going to have more LGBTQIA superhero-focused films. I think, you know what? I think he was saying that basically just to promote Captain Marvel. Let's see. So I will check out that video when I can, but it's got some copyrighted stuff in it, Chief, so I won't take a chance. Please check Discord. I sent you something. All right, Sci-Fi. You guys and your Discord crap. Let's see. Little wiki page, website inserts Earth into the Star Wars universe. You know, it's funny. Bluefire did a whole series on that. Let's see. The people of Earth discovered they're not alone in the universe, and they're in fact in the universe of Star Wars. Will the people of Earth be able to adapt and survive, or be destroyed by the Star Wars races? So yeah, Bluefire did a series of videos about that concept. I don't know if you've seen them, but you should probably check them out. I heard a rumor that CBS might be selling Star Trek. I have not. Here's the thing. When it comes to Star Trek, take any rumors you hear with an extreme grain of salt. If you did not hear it directly from CBS, be extremely skeptical. You didn't like the last episode of Discovery? No, Ozzy, I said I did like the last episode of Discovery, but that being said, I don't like Discovery as a whole. Ah, jeez, the shark is... This live stream is like Jaws 3. Yes, it really is. Enter, I also mentioned the new color scheme and it's better camera twice at the beginning of the stream. Sorry, Mr. Miles. I'm a little less attentive than I should be. I think part of it is because I was drinking a little heavier than usual because of the back pain and the back pain. So there is that. I also mentioned I just read that. Sci-Fi Sith says, when you check it out, please put a link in the chat to spread the word. Absolutely. Well, I have it here. So this is what Darth was sending. Let me grab that for you guys. So a little project on inserting Earth into the Star Wars universe. We know Bree is flat, onion, or lack. Yes. Well, yes, she's definitely no onion there. There's definitely no onion there. CBS was trying to sell itself. Yes. Trek viewers taking off. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Yes, he makes great Earth and Star Wars videos. Yeah, yes, I have. He makes great Earth and Star Wars videos. Yes, they were very well done, very imaginative. Everything CBS will be for sale when they go bankrupt. That is true, actually. Mr. E. Monkey throws $5 and says, that background, Admiral, there be whales here. Yes. Well, you know, not whales, but at least there's a shark. Whoa, jeez. He is just... Stupid shark. He is just like all over the place. Sharky McSharkface, yes. Any new info on the Picard series? I have not heard anything official. I know there's been a little bit of very vague character information that's come up, but really nothing worthy of note. You know, there's been no, as far as I know, there have been no official clips. There have been no confirmed, like, starships or anything like that. So, all right, so, and then let's see. So, Mr. E, man, I got to get caught up. But you also threw $5 in, Mr. E Monkey. So, of course, you can pick a super chat reward or an Uber chat reward if you so choose. Now, reality wants me to go. You know, you guys got to stop sending me to Discord when I'm trying to catch up, you jerks. Oh, man, you keep showing me those steaks. I hate you, reality. Oh, that looks good. I hate you. I love BooFire191. Yeah, he's a good kid. I like him a lot. You missed 2 super chats, did I? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. This has just been a day. Thank you, Ensign Ricky, for calling me out. Yes, I see one from... Let me see. All right, so Ensign Ricky, you threw... How the heck did I miss those? Because I have Mr. E Monkey. Wow, and then there's Thomas. Wow, I'm sorry, the chat must have skipped ahead. I am truly sorry. Ensign Ricky and Thomas, both of you, I am truly sorry. I got to get caught up. So Ensign Ricky said, Iris said he wrote DS9 as seen through Quark's eyes. That's an interesting... I don't know that I would agree, but that's cool. And Thomas says, in the super chat, you're sleeping. I'm so sorry. You're right. I am. I'm really sucking tonight. But let me get number 10 up there for you. And so, for those of you that missed it, the latest and greatest super chat. I love it. So, you need to make Reality cook those steaks. Absolutely, Reality. You owe me a steak. But actually, I want to get down to the restaurant that he works at. And Mr. Miles, I can't focus without his chair. That is true. This chair that I'm sitting in is incredibly uncomfortable for me. Now, I'm a relatively big guy, and I always have had trouble finding chairs that were comfortable for me. And this chair ain't it. So, which is one of the reasons that I've not been using this chair, but I have to right now until I can afford a replacement. And that's going to be a while, because first, I just got too much to do. So, yeah. Boot to disco, yes. See in the super chat, you're sleeping on duty. I know, Thomas. I'm trying, my friend. I am trying. So as far as I know, now Ensign Ricky, I think I owe you a super chat, and Mr. E Monkey, I owe you a super chat. So if I missed it, please put it back in the chat a second time, because I'm truly sorry. But yeah, the chat was going crazy and I couldn't keep up. And I'm a little distracted because of this chair and the stupid fish, and just been a day. Get a lazy boy. I would love to get a lazy boy Resolute, but you know what? Lazy boys aren't cheap. Live out his life on Bajor. Okay. Awesome. Gotta go to bed. All right, T, take care of yourself. Have a good one. Antrekker, try some shock absorbers to cancel the sound of the chair. Yeah, this chair is loud. I'm sure, yeah, you guys have heard it. Must be that Captain Marvel Kool-Aid makes you sleepy. Yeah, because I'm drinking the Captain Marvel Kool-Aid. You realize that I have, in fact, said that Brie Larson sucked. Yes, I enjoyed the movie overall, but it's not like I'm saying it's perfect. I think Brie Larson sucked balls. Mr. Miles says, you owe me a $3,000 super chat. You missed it, too. You can trust me. Oh, okay. Well, and the shark is just like, get. Read my comment before Bajor and then Bajor together. All right, Zoom. I hate you. Oh, okay. So you did. Yeah. Nog should have been Quark's kid instead of Rom's. I always thought Quark was the better father. I would love to throw a throwaway line saying, with the future Captain Dax after Cisco returned 100 years ago. Oh, and then live out on Bajor. Okay, that makes sense. That would absolutely make sense. I don't need a super chat. Put into my unused bin of super chat for crowd amusement. All right, Ensign. Renegade. It's the chair. I swear, it is this chair. You can. Every time I move the chair, this chair. Yeah. Laura's singing broke the chair. That might be it. Bree says. Bree. Chief Cook says Bree swallows. If Bree were here, that would be interesting. Andrew says just trolling. Hey, it's all cool, man. Let me see. Or Laura tampered with the chair while Antrekker was out. I would not put that past him. It's revenge for all those super chats. Hey, Laura wasn't in the new one. So yeah, is the shark named Bruce? No, we don't. Well, we don't have an official name for the shark yet. I'll probably let Mrs. Antrekker pick a name if anybody, but you guys can keep nominating him. Big Shark 2, Antretker's Revenge. Laura tamper with STD and the MCU. Well, Laura seems to like STD a lot more than I do lately. But Laura also, sometimes, some of the stuff he says, I don't understand. Like when he was talking about Calypso, and he kept calling it the hero's journey. And I kept thinking, dude, do you have any clues to what the hero's journey is? Because if anything, you could say it's a step in the hero's journey. But a step in the hero's journey is not the hero's journey. Because any of the steps of a hero's journey can show up in any movie. Was the actress or the materials she was given to work with? Was it the actress or the materials she was given with? Well, you know, not knowing a lot about Brie, it's hard to say. She won an Academy Award for Best Actress in Room. I've never watched the entire film, but I did see her show some emotion because I was looking for that. So she is definitely capable of showing emotion, but I'm going to say it's a combination. And let's see. So, and then Captain Foley sent me a side message because he's going to be a jerk. But he said, hey, I'll be in Denver at Starfest last weekend in April. Well, I'm jealous of you, my friend. If I had a way to get there, I would go. But because what happened with my mother-in-law, I can't take any time off. And by the way, what's wrong with my chair? Were you bad-mouthing my chair? No. We were not bad-mouthing your chair at all. I simply put a reward out that if anybody could steal your chair and bring it to me, that I would give them free super chats for the rest of their life. Which would be worse, CBS still having Star Trek or Disney buying Star Trek? First of all, Disney wouldn't buy Star Trek. They would buy CBS if they were going to do anything. And I don't think Disney wants CBS because I don't think they want a studio that sucks. But I think that what we need is for Star Trek to just go back to the hands of Paramount. Brie Larson sucks balls. Don't kink shame her. It's her only skill. Fair enough. I take that back. It's a fake. And then Trekyard says, hey, I'll be in Denver at Star Fest last weekend in April. Yes, and I just read your thing that says that, and I am still jealous. And so obviously I would recommend anybody that can go to go. Lazy boy chairs are real cheap, used on eBay if you don't mind the smell of old dudes' pee. I do mind the smell of old dudes' pee. Sorry. What's more flat, Brie's performance or her ass? That will puzzle people for decades to come, Mr. Miles. I don't know. But, so the answer to that is yes. Mrs. Anti-Checker says, well, guys, I'm heading to bed soon. I hope you enjoy my and Joshua's video. If you like it, we may do some more collaborations. Yes, and absolutely, by the way, since she mentioned it, please, 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 if you have an idea for a super chat, keep in mind it can't be overly complicated. It needs to be something simple. Like, for example, that one we've been showing tonight. You could say, hey, you know, everybody's having a disco party on the Discovery, and then it dies, and then you could come up with something, right? So if you have an idea for a super chat, send a direct message via Discord or antitrekker.com to Mrs. Antitrekker or to the Scarved Insect, Joshua, because he's looking for ideas, guys. He really is. Do you have any type of laser or anything pointed at the tank? Is there something drawing that shark? No, you don't know why he keeps coming up to the camera. I genuinely have no idea why he keeps doing that. Call the shark Foley. Well, Foley is kind of shark-like, isn't he? Call it James Cumberland. Okay. Lex Legend says, Lore the sellout. I don't know if I'd say Lore is a sellout because I don't think he's getting paid by CBS. But, you know. Then again, you never know. George and Gracie, good fish name. Well, yeah, but that's stealing it from Star Trek. But I also don't have a pair of fish. I have like 3 of one kind of fish. Most of the others are only one. And yeah, I figured you were joking. If I thought you were being serious, I would actually not tolerate that because I don't want hate speech on my channel. But no, I know we're all friends, we're all nerds, and yes, Lore's a big boy. He can take a little bit of ribbing as long as he knows that we're just having fun. If that wasn't the case, he wouldn't let me show, well, this. So, yeah. Well, we all know that Threshold was the greatest Star Trek ever made. Andrew, I almost banned you there. Mercer Creatives in the house says, hi there. Hey, how you doing? A lot of amateurs throw Hero's Journey around these days with no understanding what it actually is. Well, but the thing is, Lore should know better. I mean, I know I make fun of Lore a lot, but he's not a dummy. And so I don't understand why he's saying that. Because yes, it is a step in the journey, but like I said, you could find a step in the hero's journey in almost every story ever created. Mercer says, I used to attend the school for the mentally gifted. Uh-oh. And Darren says, no, that's what single fire means. Semi-automatic means 3 rounds come out. I actually could, on the M16, my understanding, semi-auto is actually a single round per pull. And they call it a 3-round burst when you have the 3-round thing, and then fully automatic means it just keeps firing as long as you hold the trigger down. Unless they've changed it, that's my understanding of it. And I was in the Army. I know you were a Navy guy, so I think that I've got the edge on you when it comes to ground combat weaponry. Mercer says, did you like Ready Player One? Ready Player One? Yes. Indeed, I did. It was a really fun movie. Also, random question, do I know Benji? No, I do not. I did know a guy named Benj, but I never knew Benji. Lore's on drugs is the only reason he'd be pro STD. Not necessarily. There are things you can argue that are good about STD. The problem is, and this is where some people like myself have a difficult time, and like I've talked to Captain Foley about it and stuff. Like Captain Foley, I know likes it more than I do. For some of us, we can't get past the continuity, right? I have a big problem with the continuity issues, and every time I see them blatantly break continuity, it breaks the show for me. Are you looking forward to Tommy Wiseau's new film, Big Shark? I have not heard about Tommy Wiseau's new film, Big Shark. I did hear about his show about best friends, but I've not seen that. Reality throws $10 in, says, Airwolf Super Chat in honor of Jan Michael Vincent. Waiting. I know, I got to do that. And honestly, Reality, it's been like one of those things, okay, I'm going to do that, and then something crazy happens that I have to dedicate time to other things. This weekend, I should, because Mrs. Anti-Checker has a very good old friend coming from out of town, and they're going to be hanging out, which means I'm probably going to have more time to get some stuff down. I'm going to try to get that done for you this weekend, Reality. But in the meantime, tell me another Super Chat, and I will play it. No, double action is a type of... okay, now you guys talking about all sorts of... The fish wants to eat... yeah, I don't know what's with the fish today. Maybe that shark is trying to get more attention, and that's why. That could be. Man, I hate this chair. So, where's the drunk Foley Super Chat? Well, I need to get Foley drunk, and then there definitely... and in fact, I plan on trying to get Foley drunk for something very specific, but I'm not going to get into that. All right, semi-auto is 1 bullet per trigger fault. That's what I always believed, and Mars says that is correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure on that, but I would never question you when it comes to naval terminology, Darren, but I think I got you on that one. Are you letting Lore Reloaded take over your Borg series, given his latest video on the Borg? He's been putting out a lot of Borg videos. I have not, and that's a purely coincidental. It has more to do with the huge life events that we've been dealing with. And I got to get back on track. It's been a very difficult pull for me these last couple of weeks. Please check Disturd for an idea I'm thinking of sending to Joshua on Disturd. Just send it to him. If you have an idea, just send it to him. Pooh and Trigger sitting on a chair in front of the computer, drinking soda and shoving bags of Cheetos down his mouth, watching STD, screaming this isn't canon, and his ass is hanging over the chair, and the door creaks open, and Scarved Insect walks in the door, says, Dad, please eat this for your health's sake. And he scarves it down, he gets too fat, and the chair breaks, and he chokes on the apple, and Joshua rips off your beard, pulls it on his face, and says, I'm anti-checker now, mahahaha, subscriber count 0. And he says, oh crap. Well, that's a little dark. That is a little dark. But you could send that to him, and he could, like, do a modified version. I'm sure he'll come up with some way to make it not quite so... you. M16 originally had 3 selections on the weapons: single fire, semi-auto, 3-round bursts, and full auto. The term semi-automatic has been confused with double action by civvies. And now I know you're wrong, Darren, because I think, I don't remember how old you are, but I might be a little older than you. The M16 originally had 2 selections, full auto and semi-auto, which was single round. The 3-round burst didn't come around until the A3, I believe it is. But the A2 only had 2 settings, and the original only had 2 settings. So I know you're wrong now, Darren. I got you. If a Galaxy Defiant, Intrepid, Akira, and Constitution class were to attack a Borg tactical cube, who would win? Depends. If you're talking about during Voyager, obviously an Intrepid class could take them on by themselves. If you're talking about for real, the Borg. Agreed on the continuity, destroys suspension of disbelief, and pulls me out of the story. Every single time, the Renegade, that's my biggest problem with the show. There have been, and that's why, like the Telosian one that they just aired was by far their best episode, and I think that a big part of it is they didn't go out of their way to crap on continuity, and in fact they tried, albeit not entirely successfully, but they tried to make it feel like this is a part of main continuity. Mega Chat number 3, Anti-Trigger, this live stream is like Jaws 3. Yeah, I know, you keep saying that. It's not that bad. Now, come on. Maybe Jaws 2? But Jaws 3, that's just mean. Come on.
Because the following holiday specials, The Incredible Hulk, will not be presented this evening.
Well, hey, boys and girls. How are you doing today? You know, it's almost Christmas time, and Christmas brings up thoughts of joy and giving. But sometimes, well, sometimes things just don't work out the way we planned. Like a few years back when... well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We really need to just start at the beginning. After all, you know, Thumper and Squirter and Runner and Shartson, Blowout and Grunter and Backlog and Fartson. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Ho, ho, ho. Time to load up the sleigh and get all those toys of the good girls and boys all around the world. Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, Santa. First of all, let me say, you look great. Is it just me, or have you lost weight? Hey, I hope you really like that elf on a shelf I got for you.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. I love it. It looks so, lifelike.
Yeah, glad you like it. So, anyway, about tonight. You see, I have not been feeling so great, and my wife really wants to just hang out together and have kind of a nice, quiet Christmas with just the two of us. And so I was wondering about whether or not you would be willing to maybe let me off for the night, just this 1 year. No big deal. We've got 8 other reindeers that are willing to pull the sleigh. And so, let me say that. So, Darren, and I don't want to be a jerk here because you know I love you, man. But right here, a semi-automatic firearm, also called a self-loading firearm or auto-loading firearm, though typically automatic and selective fire firearms technically are also self-loading, is one that not only fires a bullet each time the trigger is pulled, but also performs all steps necessary to prepare to discharge again. In other words, you pull the trigger, it fires. You pull the trigger again, it fires again without you having to, you know, cock it or anything like that. And so I genuinely think that you just have a misunderstanding of the difference. And now, as opposed to, yeah, I know, talking about guns demonetized, yes. And so double action were revolvers. I don't know about anything about double action, but revolvers, and I never had a double action revolver, where pulling the trigger both cocked and released the hammer. I didn't know that. Alexander says, I'm here. Jar Jar Binks should have a trilogy. Neelix is the best character in Trek history after 7 of 9. The Victorian baboon woman is Star Trek canon. Birdie 2020. Feel the burn. Good to see you, Alexander. Hope you're doing well. Jaws the Revenge was the worst. Yeah. Yeah. I will concede for the purposes of not derailing the stream. That's cool, Darren. You cut it off before the funny part. I did? Okay. Leftists are still getting automatic and semi-automatic wrong. Well, leftists also call anything that's semi-automatic an assault rifle. If you watch Star Trek Discovery and Jaws 4 on the same day, your TV will explode. I would not doubt that. Jaws 4, Airplane versus Revenge Shark. Hey, it could happen. And, you know, Sharknado, man. Don't underestimate Sharknadoes. Yes, semi-automatic refers to the mechanism which both reloads and recocks the pistol using the gases from the previous force round. Yes, or rifle, of course, not just pistol. But yes, I consider the Emoji Movie to be worse than STD. I have not seen the Emoji Movie, nor do I have any interest in seeing the Emoji Movie. It looks like my avatar in more ways than one. Zoom says, hey, Checker, in MCU, how would you explain all the mutant hate when they bring in the mutants The Sentinel program, that stuff would be too soon if the X-Men just appeared. That's a good question. I think that, and the funny thing is, in the comic books, even many of the superheroes had a problem with mutants. They were distrusted by pretty much everybody. And I think that they could just basically have, if they do it smart, it'll be a gradual build-up to where people start out thinking, oh, cool, wow, they're like, anybody could have power. Wait a minute. These people are dangerous, and just kind of move in that direction. Patrick Stewart plays your avatar in the Emoji Movie. Of course he does, because Patrick Stewart, that's the bare minimum to play my emoji would be Patrick Stewart. I insisted on that no actor of a lower respectability level than Patrick Stewart could play my emoji. Handchecker, if you were on a deserted island, can only have 3 comic books, what 3 would you select? Fantastic Four number 200, which is the one-on-one showdown with Reed Richards and Dr. Doom. I would also do the X-Men Days of Future Past. I can't remember the issue number. It's actually a 2-parter, but I'm going to count it as one. And again, I know it's a mini-series, but I'm going to count it as one. Secret Wars. The original, not none of this newer crap. You should make a Jaws super chat where your pet shark is the main star. Well, I told you, Sci-Fi, if you got an idea, send it to the Scarved Insect on Discord, or send it to Mrs. Antitrekker at antitrekker.com, because they're the ones in charge of the super chats now. So get it to them, and they will consider it. Do you play STO Antitrekker Challenge lures to a ship-to-ship battle in the game? I play it occasionally. Lore outranks me because he actually played it more seriously than I did, even though I've been a lifer since the game launched. But I just hardly ever get time to... Jeez, that shark won't stop. Anyway, I hardly have time to play. What is with the shark? Desert Island, 3 albums. Which 3? Well, albums wouldn't do you much good unless you have something to play them with. Also, someone please explain why Spock had a beard. Because Quantum. Jaws 19 was their worst. The shark still looked fake. I have not seen Jaws 19 since it doesn't exist yet. Bruce Willis can play Antitrekker in the Super Chat, in the Super Chat Shark Super Chat. Yes, that could work. And Reality keeps saying Jaws 3. I think his computer is broken. We're going to need a bigger webcam. Jeez. It likes... Yeah, I don't know what's with the shark. It does seem to like me. What do you think of the announcement of an Orville comic book? Do you think that Fox will be smart and renew the Orville, or do you think they'll be stupid and cancel it? Well, first of all, let's not throw stupid in there, because Fox will renew or cancel based on whether they think they're going to make money, and so not the artistic vision of the show. At this point, I don't know. I haven't looked at enough data to see if Orville's ratings have improved at all. They haven't been particularly strong this season, so I don't know. I would like to see Orville renewed, but honestly, I give it a 50-50 shot at this point. I would like to see it come back, but no guarantees. What is this business about your chair? What happened to it? Well, today I was working and my chair literally broke under me. I ended up flat on my back. I'm actually in a significant amount of pain right now because of it. So I'm going to probably end the live stream a little earlier than I usually do. But yeah, that's the story. So my chair, my chair that I'm usually, because I'm sure you guys have noticed, usually you see the back of my chair and a pillow there and everything. I love my chair, and it just completely just snapped and broke, and I completely caught me by surprise. Bruce never did what he was supposed to do either. Well, that's, I guess, a thing. Star Wreck was better than STD. Well, okay. Yeah. Jaws 19 came out in 2015. Back to the Future reference. Well, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Thoughts on the new Aladdin trailer? Oh, sorry, Mercer. Yeah, I know you asked a minute ago. Looks like a blue version of my Avatar. How's that? That's what I thought. I thought Aladdin looks like crap. It absolutely looks horrible. There's nothing about the trailer that made me think, ooh, this is a movie I want to see. Everything about it, I was like, this looks like utter crap. Why is this a thing? And like that shot of Will Smith as the genie where he's just kind of floating and it looks so bad. It's just, yeah, that's my general opinion on it. Jaws 666, the demon shark misrepresents demon sharks. I was watching Star Trek 2 last night. Man, do I miss a good Star Trek movie like that. You and me both, Zachary. I would love... And it's so simple. That's the thing. Making good Star Trek is not complicated, but it requires that you put story before agenda. There are only two kinds of people. People who believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie and people that are wrong. I will not argue with you there. Die Hard is indeed a Christmas movie. Just like Family Guy, though, it out then brought it back. Well, yeah, I could see that happening. Mecha Jaws 5, Sharknado 5, Gigantopus. Yes. Thoughts on the new Atlanta? I saw that. Sorry, I know I'm behind on the stuff. Sorry to hear about your back. No wonder you're so out of sorts tonight. I wish you were in Colorado right now. You and me both, Darren. I would love to, because all I have, unfortunately, is alcohol, and it is a far cry from substances that are available in Colorado, Oregon, California, and Canada. And now, Reality's throwing a YouTube link in there. Oh, for Jaws 3D. You know, I actually saw Jaws 3D in the theaters. Ah, jeez. Stupid. I saw it in the theaters with the 3D glasses and all that. A person with a back condition. I understand back pain, so wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you, Robert. I shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, too, because, man. Hey, Antichecker, are you ever used to one of those inverted benches? Have you ever used one of those inverted benches to hang upside down for back relief? I have not, but I don't think it would do much for me, to be honest with you. And there goes the lucky you weren't live streaming when the chair broke. Well, I probably would have gotten more super chats if I did. Everybody would feel sorry for me as I'm like lying on the ground in pain. Oh, that would have been bad. Because, yeah, when I actually hit the ground, it was several minutes before I could move. And, yeah, that would have been, yeah. I've been to work for almost a week. Possible shoulder muscle tear or rotator cuff. Oh, man, Amy, I truly hope that it is not your rotator cuff. I tore my rotator cuff back in the 90s, and that is no joke. It still affects me to this day. I mean, it's not in pain anymore, but I have lost partial use of my right shoulder. The pain is not fun from falling off a broken chair. It's not fun. It would have been funny as frack to see if you see you. Yeah, that's the thing, Kat. I know it's not fun. The pain is definitely not fun, but it would have been hilarious for you guys to see it happen. I get that. Darth Kilhoun throws $2 in. Says semi-auto, not assault rifles. Second Amendment. Hashtag number 10. Yeah, I'm a Second Amendment guy. I don't think that guns should be banned. I don't care if you want to call it an assault rifle. It's still the Second freaking Amendment. And I'm not a crazy gun. I don't own guns. I don't. But, and mainly because I have a bad feeling what could happen given my family situation if there was a gun in the house and somebody was messing around with it. So I don't own guns for that reason. That being said, I fully support the right for people to keep and bear arms. And yes, that includes assault rifles. And in the meantime, let's bring number 10 back up. I just can't not laugh at that. That and that whole thing with Spock spinning around. I don't know why, but that's just freaking hilarious. So thank you again to Mrs. Antitricker and the Scarved Insect. That's so fun. I like Star Trek Insurrection. Is that bad because I can tolerate the film? Yeah, that is kind of bad, man. And Zachary says, nothing impressed me about the Aladdin trailer. Agreed. There was nothing about that trailer that made me want to see Aladdin. Nothing. Question, who would play Xavier, and what would you replace Magneto's story with? He would be too young for World War II, to be honest. I would have them your age and have Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as cameos. That's tough. First of all, yeah, you would have to ditch the even though the Nazi thing is great, I think you obviously would have to ditch that and have in fact, what you could do, even though I know some people would hate it, change Magneto's ethnicity around a bit. Make him, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. Help me out here, guys. There was a country, and in the 90s, it helped coin the term ethnic cleansing. And let me see. Let's see. List of ethnic cleansing campaigns. Let me see if we can find it. 1990s. Croatia. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, but you make it, I mean, you just basically take an actual attempted genocidal act. You just have to scale it down. So it wasn't World War II, but if you put them in Kosovo, I think that was a big one back in the day. And so if you move Magneto to one of those areas and you have it to where, you know, that's where he was from. Are you going to get a new anti-checker chair? When I can, Captain. I got a lot of things I got to do. And so, unfortunately, the chair is going to have to wait a while, which I'm not thrilled about. But, you know, who knows? I'll try to scrounge up the pennies, but it's going to depend on how the budget goes for the next month or so. If Orville gets canceled, maybe fans can pull TOS and bring it back for season 3. I hope so, because Orville is that good. But the problem is that if the ratings aren't there, it's not going to matter. He tasks me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him round the moons of Nibia, and round the Antares maelstrom, and round perdition's flame before I give him up. Prepare to alter course. I wish Kirk and Spock argued throughout Star Trek 6. Okay. At least the Expanse is coming back. That is true. See the film Hunter Killer. It would make a great Star Trek film in any era. Script is the most important thing. That's true. I haven't seen Hunter Killer yet, but you know what? That's the funny thing is that if you look at a good submarine movie, you're looking at a good Star Trek movie. Darren says, Andy Checker, I saw Jaws 3D in theaters as well. It is the only 3D film I've ever seen. Well, I've been seeing a lot of 3D films, but I did see Avatar, and I will say it was impressive. Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. Enough said. Best movie. Best crappy movie ever. Yes, that was a crappy movie. I think Fox could get a lot of mileage out of Orville reruns. I think they can too, and so I think they need to go for a couple more seasons at least just to get it to where they can. Oh, geez. Now I can't remember the term when you put it into reruns. But, you know what I'm talking about. I'm too out of it. Hey, I need some advice on something. What would you do when you feel like you betrayed someone, but feel like what you did was justified? You tell them. Not kidding. You should tell them. You should say, you know what? I did this to you. I know that from your perspective was wrong, but I think it was justified, and here's why. Because you know what? I know it sounds cheesy and all that, but honesty can help mend those roads and bring about forgiveness. If you keep it to yourself, they may never find out it was you, but it's going to haunt you. So honestly, be honest. Man, that came across really bad, but yeah. Alexander throws 5 fake Canadian dollars in and says, if you have to select one adventure of the Victorian baboon woman, which one would you pick? Probably her initial adventure when you had the crew from Next Generation go back in time and they met up with... Guinan in the past, and the aliens were sucking people's souls and stuff, and that's where they first met her, of course, in those deleted scenes. And I'll probably keep that one because, you know, you really got the feeling of her suffering as she and Data talked about what it really means to be human. It was one of the most beautiful scenes ever filmed. It's such a disappointment that it got cut because, quite frankly, there's probably never been acting that good on any Trek before or since. And so, let's see. X-ray and ultrasound on it tomorrow. Oh, because of your shoulder. Well, best of luck to you, Amy. Absolutely. I want you to get better. Because I want you to be happy and not in pain and make lots of money so you can give it to me. If we want to have fun by watching something painful, we can check out Discovery. Absolutely true, John. And this last episode of Discovery is exactly that. One of my favorite movies of all time, as the chat jumps away on me. I'm sorry, Darren. Where was it? Wow, man, the chat is just... I'm way, way behind. Am I that far behind? Wow, I am. It's Joe versus Volcano, therefore I cannot get after anyone for liking any movie, no matter how bad I think it might be. Yeah, hey, that's cool. Why is the Orville taking this week off? Don't know. But, you know, it's a common thing with shows. So, Sci-Fi said, can you put a link to your son's account on Discord? Well, you can look him up on Discord. I think it's just listed as the Scar Insect. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so far behind. I'm going to have to skip some comments. I like to read every comment if I can, but this is getting way too ridiculous. So I'm going to skip ahead. Wow, there's a lot. So let me get up here. In Quebec City, with 600,000 citizens, you only have 1 murder a year. Some years there are no murders. Really? I find that difficult to believe, but I will take your word for it. I think the Orville is taking time off because it needs, because of the music awards. That could be. That would make sense. So let me see if I can get my son's name on... I think it's just the Scarved Insect, but I'm going to double check here, so bear with me. Where is his... Actually, I know where I can find it. Yes, it is. If you go to my Discord, it is the Scarved Insect, all one word, as I just put into the chat. That is his username. And that's also, by the way, the name of his YouTube channel. Ethan Peck is greater than Zachary Quinto as Spock. You know, I think it's too early to call that, Mercer, but I gotta admit, I like Ethan Peck as Spock. They do, and I love that so far he's the only character that put Michael Burnham in her place. I would like to see more of him as Spock, but minus the beard. The beard is horrible. And so, let's see. Does the Second Amendment allow for phasers? That is an excellent question. And I believe it does. Enter Guy finally got that video processed. Well, it's about freaking time. 23 murders in Quebec in 2016, 24 in 2017, 32 in 20... I assume you mean 18, not 2028, unless you're from the future. Mecha Random is in the house. Also like the Ethan Peck talk down that idiot Burnham. That was actually a fun moment there. Also, hi. Good to see you. So Mecha, even though nobody actually paid for it, since you're here, I got to show you this. This is the reason for the name of this live stream. And Mecha, if you've never cared about any of my Super Chat rewards, you will care about this one. Check this out. There it is, Mecha Random. The day Disco died. Let's see. I actually ended up enjoying the new Spock, but only because he's the only character in the entire show to put Pikey Spock in her place. Well, there is that, but I actually think he did a decent job. T-Berg says, good evening, Anti-Tricker. I posted a lost poster on antitricker.com, hashtag where in... Jeez, there's the shark again. Where in the disco is Jet Reno? Yeah, what happened to Jet Reno? They're making all big deal about her, and she just, like, disappeared. But not that I honestly care. Turn that disco crap off, says Mika. Well, that's the point. Antitricker, which captain's chair do you wish you had? That's a tough one, because the easy choice is the classic, right? The original Kirk. The problem is it's kind of a bulky chair. I would love to have that chair, but I know that it would not be very practical. So, I don't know. But definitely not this chair. To try and kill Disco, and they will play Staying Alive. Well, I couldn't play Staying Alive because that would be copyright. Spock with a beard? Maybe he's Mirror Spock. Or maybe he's not, and yeah, that's stupid. In Quebec province, 8 million citizens and only 67 murders, the vast majority in Montreal. Well, then, that's just because they don't know where you are. If Star Trek Discovery is not successful and there's panic at CBS, I guess you could say there's panic at the disco. Yes. Yes, Jet Reno is still trying to find the duct tape and gum. Yeah, because Jet Reno can literally fix a person's brain with spare parts. And she's not running the ship? Why not? Gillette Spock, yes, in more ways than one. What captain's chair do you think is most uncomfortable? I don't know. They all look pretty comfy, really. But, hey, Anti-Trigger, what X divided by 10 did you... Oh, what score out of 10 did you get the last episode of Discovery? Probably a 7, which is by far the highest, but I actually enjoyed it, which is the first time I can say that about a Discovery episode. FYI, you were thinking of Yugoslavia, now called Serbia, for ethnic cleansing the Kosovo region. We went to war over it. Thank you. Yeah, I know I was like having a brain cramp there, but yeah. So you put Magneto in that region and have him go through. Because you just have to basically move that forward in time a bit. Let's up a bounty on all socialists. One guy gave his city. Okay. New theory is Jet Reno is the Red Angel. I doubt that. I think it's Michael Burnham. Captain Kirk on the death of Discovery. And a little thing here. I will check that out. Oh, okay. The let them die. Okay. Very true. The TOS captain's chair looks pretty hard. Well, it depends on what we don't know is how's the padding on it. If the padding is nice, soft, thick memory foam, then that could actually be a very comfortable chair. It just depends on, Anti-Trigger, skip my comment. No joke, about 12 times. I'm starting to suspect something on purpose. No, it's not on purpose, Mr. Miles. I'm just way behind on the comments. It's been a crazy stream with you guys are just like going nuts today. I don't know what's up with that, but I enjoyed SGD. Let's see. I enjoyed STD episode and get him and throw him into a padded room next to Enderman. Yeah, yes, that's true. I haven't watched any season 2 Discovery. I was so close to like last week at my friend's place. He was like, "Nope, it's MA15. You ain't watching it." I almost cried. I'll tell you, it's season 2. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say season 2 is good, but it's definitely an improvement over season 1. And this last episode actually was good. If this last episode was the basic feel of Discovery throughout the run of the season, then Discovery could have been a successful show for a lot of Trekkies. Archer's chair looked uncomfortable till season 4 when they replaced it. Archer and T'Pol always perched on the edge of it. That's true. And let's see. Tilly is the Red Angel. Look at hips via donuts. No, but you see what? Also look at the Red Angel's chest. I'm sorry. There's no freaking way that is Tilly. All right? Sorry, it just is not Tilly. I think it's Burnham. And I should have dropped my enthusiasm. Susie hired Paul Jenkins was my last straw. Posting anonymously like that was just toxic. No idea what you guys are talking about, but at least you guys know what you're talking about. Read my next comment. All right. Captain Picard's chair is comfy. It looks comfy, but it doesn't swivel, and I need a swivel chair. I can't have a chair that's stationary. Read Alex's last comment. Everyone tell him to read their last. Oh, geez, stop it. I hate you, Alex. Anti-checker, are you Bird of Prey? No. Bird of Prey is a bedridden guy, no hair, plays a lot of City Skylines. You know that, Thomas. No guns are in Quebec City, and a rate of 1 murder per year in a 600 citizen city. Weapons on the street don't bring peace. Alexander, I'm not going to get into it. We could argue all day long about what causes violence and whether the presence of guns is a factor or not. But, you know, crime will take place, murders will take place in this country, regardless of whether guns are legal. Would it look bad if Starfleet captain had a recliner for a captain's chair? Yes, but I would be down for it. Picard's ready room chair looks the best for tired ass. Now, I don't like the way that you have to sit way back like this to put your hands on the or your arms on the rest. I don't like that. If they decide to focus on a story in the rest of STD season 2, if they decide to focus on story for the rest of season 2, what would you rate the season? It's hard to say because we're pretty far into it, and it's been meandering along for the first 7 episodes. So if they finish it off with a bang, the season could end at a positive level, but they would really have to knock it out of the park every episode. Finally, Spock, but Michael put Michael in his place in the shuttlecraft. Yes, that was Spock talking to Michael was all good. It felt like a brother-sister conversation to me, and I really like that. Burnham is Red Angel. What? She's done enough of Mary Sue yet? No, obviously not, because she's not the Red Angel yet. What episode were you talking about with the cut scene with Data? It's the one, it was the 2-parter where they go back in time because they find Data's head in a cave that's been there since like the 19th century. And they end up going back in time and they find out there are aliens that are like sucking out people's souls and eating them or something. I can't remember the name of the episode now. And they met, what's his name, the author? Jeez, my brain is spacing. You know the guy, straw hat, curly hair. Yeah. What about Sulu's captain's chair? It looks pretty decent. I would take almost any of the captain's chair. What's up with the Sona captain's chair? It was a sofa. Well, got to give him props. He likes to be comfortable. There's barely any gun laws in the 70s, yet we barely had mass shootings. Well, yeah, mass shootings are a major problem. I think a female Starfleet captain would look great in a Papazian chair. I have no idea what that is. I'm almost afraid to look it up. So, let's see. Probably a very bad idea, but I'm going to search for that term. Oh, okay. Yeah, those are cool. The Papasans. So, Papasan. Yeah, that's what you put. My dyslexia. Gotta love it. True Tonsors Disco, what a cost. Yeah, you would argue positives and negatives of the Second Amendment till we were Vulcan green in the face. We aren't here for that. Yeah, this is not a political channel, but I understand where you come from, Alexander, but yeah, this is not a political channel. I'm not going to get into that hardcore. Brie Larson is the Red Angel. Now, the Red Angel does not have a concave ass, so it can't be Brie Larson. Could be your stunt double. Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens. Thank you, Samuel Clemens. That was Times Arrow. Thank you. I'm probably the Red Angel. I doubt that, Mecca, because you have more upstairs than the Red Angel does. Spock will say to Michael, you are a man. Probably. What is the Red Angel's future guy from Enterprise? No, because Red Angel is a girl. That much is pretty clear. And for people that want to say, it's no, you don't know that it's a girl, look at the frickin' thing. It is a girl. Okay, the first time we got a clear look at it, it was clear that it was a girl. Remember when you gave everyone mod perms and almost everyone had a blue spandex? Yeah, that was that was really stupid. Good on you for sticking to your guns on Captain Marvel, even though the cost of subs and going against most of your friends. Well, you know, here's the thing. Like, I know Mecca. I haven't seen her review. But I'm assuming she didn't care for it. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I know that Nerdrotic hated it. I know that Doomcock, I think he hated it. Most of the people that I talked to hated it. That being said, and like I've said before, I don't begrudge people for disliking it as long as they've seen it. That's where I have a problem, is when people who have not seen it start talking about how much it sucks. Well, you don't know. If you want to say, I'm not going to see it because of Brie Larson's antics, I'm totally cool with that. But then do not tell me that the movie is good or bad. Yeah, Anti-Trigger, let's assume the angel's gender. Well, actually, remember, we now know that the Red Angel is a human. So, yeah. Biblical angels are all listed as male. That is true, but we don't know that there are or are not female. Mecca says, I probably liked it more than other people on YouTube because of the cat. Okay. I didn't know. I haven't had a chance to spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos the last couple of days. But I did like the cat. I didn't like that the cat looked fake when it was CG. I think the reason Nerdrotic hated it is just because, like STD, it violated all kinds of canon. Well, it did have a couple of retcons that I pointed out that I didn't like. I did not like the way they did the Tesseract thing. I did not like the way that Samuel Jackson lost his eye. And I really didn't like every time they said Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because the term S.H.I.E.L.D. was not coined until Iron Man. So there were a few things like that that did bother me, but they weren't STD levels of canon. So I saw it and I don't appreciate what they did to Nick Fury. He was the badass of Winter Soldier. Why couldn't we get that Nick Fury? Well, I don't think Nick Fury was bad in the film. First of all, and some people were like, and I know Nerdrotic mentioned this in his review, where he's like, oh, sure, you have the retired Air Force officer with a gun, and Nick Fury's holding the cat. Dude, did you see what that cat can do? He did. He knew exactly what that cat could do, which is why he was holding the freaking cat. I would rather have a cat than a gun in that fight. Just saying. For me, it was boring. Brie was bitchy and snotty to Samuel Jackson, but he was good. Ben Mendelsohn was good, and Orange Cat good. Ben Mendelsohn was really good in it. Samuel L. Jackson was awesome in it. Jude Law was really good in it. Basically, I think that the entire cast, except for Brie Larson, was really, really good. And the problem is that Brie Larson was so bad that it drug down the entire film, and she's supposed to be the main character of this film. So if Captain America was just a side character, this could have been a freaking awesome movie. But unfortunately, Captain Marvel was the main character, and they really, really miscast Captain Marvel. If you had the same screenplay and all that, but you got a strong actress to play the part that could actually emote. And I know that, people were getting mad about, oh, tell her to smile in the trailers. Well, the problem is she's like that through the entire film. There's like 3 times in the entire film that she shows any emotion. And those are the 3 times that you say, oh, this could be good. But then she goes back to her stoic, RBF. And that's, I was really done with it. Katie Sackhoff would have been a lot better. I was actually telling Mrs. Anti-Tracker that it's too bad if this movie were being made in like 1998, then Amanda Tapping would have been great as Carol Danvers. But Brie Larson was a horrifically bad choice. That's the problem. The Victorian Baboon Woman should have played Captain Marvel. The Victorian Baboon Woman would have been much better Captain Marvel than Brie Larson. Mecca agrees. Oh, heck yes, Amanda Tapping. Yes, I think she would have been awesome. But the problem is now she's too old. But if we were talking about 1998, she would have been absolutely perfect. Whoever voices Captain Marvel in Avengers Assemble cartoon works. I don't know who does the voice there. The funny thing is that the reveal that the Kree were actually the bad guys wasn't really a surprise because we knew from Guardians of the Galaxy that the Kree... Well, that's the funny thing, too. I told that to Miss... I mean, because I knew, because I'm an old school comic book fan, that when it comes to the Kree-Skrull war, that both sides are bad, right? That the Kree are not good guys, and neither are the Skrulls, right? Now, so... We all know about Ronan the Accuser, and we knew Ronan the Accuser was in this. So, based on that alone, it's like if you didn't figure out that, you're an idiot. But yeah. Amanda is older, but it could work because of the time jump. Yeah, I could see her playing her now, sure, if you're going to do the 1995 thing. And what they should do, honestly, here's what they should do. I know they're not going to, but this is what they should do. So recast Captain Marvel for Endgame with an older actress like Amanda Tapping. Because, hey, it's, so 1995 was the first one. So we are, 20-odd years later. So totally put Amanda Tapping in as Captain Marvel today. Then, shortly after, or like you could even do this as a post-credit scene. You have a post-credit scene for Endgame, where you see a bridge, you see some cars that are like on fire and stuff on the bridge. And you see Captain Marvel standing there. Her hands are glowing because she's getting ready to get into this fight. And then the camera pans over and facing down with her is Rogue. And then, cut to black. And then the next Captain Marvel movie starts out with Rogue taking her powers, and then Monica Rambeau having to take on Rogue. That's how you do it. So, I like the humor in Star Trek Beyond. Mercer, agree to disagree there. I did not. I noticed that Annette Bening bears a striking resemblance to Hillary Clinton. She kind of does, yes. I think Thanos won't be in Endgame. He absolutely will be in Endgame. And if he is, he will die before the opening title. No, he will absolutely be in Endgame. I think he is going to be the heavy. They could have had Amanda Tapping as Captain Marvel and then have Katie Sackhoff portray the other test pilot. No, because the other test pilot is Monica Rambeau's mother, and she actually should be black. That is, if you know the characters of the real Captain Marvel, that is Monica Rambeau, who is a much more interesting character than Carol Danvers, who they are setting up for. She also went by the alter ego of Photon, which if you notice that her mother's call sign was Photon, so it's probably how they're going to go with it. Zoom says, check Discord, just released. All right, Zoom, let me see here. Let's see. Kevin Feige says Marvel flaws and weakness will be tackled in films. All right, so let's take a look here. So we got an article alert. All right, so I'll read this article, but then I am going to have to wrap up the show here in a minute. So I'm going to put on my article reading face here. So where's my article reading? There it is. So we turn that and do that. And there we go. That's my article reading face right there. And so the reason I do this is because when I read an article, we talk about that. I want to be able to use that in a separate video, like I know that certain other people that are here right now do. And I think that's a great idea as a way to be able to keep content going without having to quadruple your work. All right, so this is an article on Epic Stream. Let me bring that up for you guys to see. All right, so let me move over a little bit so you can see. So this is from epicstream.com. Kevin Feige says Captain Marvel's flaws and weaknesses will be tackled in future films. I'm curious as what they mean by weaknesses, but We'll find out. By Tiny Diapana? Really? Really? We have an article written by Tiny. All right, whatever. All right, warning. This article contains a few spoilers for Captain Marvel. So, I will pass that warning along. If you have not seen Captain Marvel and give a crap, you should probably not be paying attention to this article. If you don't give a crap or you've already seen it, then stick around. Let's find out what this article has to say. Brie Larson's Carol Danvers has just been introduced as the most powerful Avenger. First of all, what did she do in this movie that's really more powerful than Thor? Just wondering. Or Scarlet Witch. Anyway, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and in Captain Marvel it shows, the former pilot and Kree warrior taps into a limitless amount of energy residing inside her, giving her superhuman strength, flight, and photo rays. Wow, photo rays that make her seem unstoppable. Not only can Captain Marvel fly through space, but she can also stop nukes and tear through spaceships as if they were made out of tinfoil. Yeah, so can Thor. And by the way, Scarlet Witch, she could just wave her hands and have the ships fall apart. So yeah, I'm not impressed by her powers. While Captain Marvel didn't display much of Carol's weaknesses once it started going in the superpowered romp, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige promises that these flaws are going to be explored in future films in the franchise. Speaking in an interview with Slash Film about Captain Marvel, Feige assures fans that all of Carol's incredible powers won't be a problem for the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all. The point of this movie was to see her unleashed, unchained, what happens when she taps into her full potential, not being held back. So it was not time to hold back, Feige explained. It was not time to emphasize limitations. We've seen over the course of the rest of the movie, we wanted to see her cut loose. Okay, well, and yes, they do dial it up to 11 at the end of the film, which actually is a problem for me because I think that they made her too... I mean, it's not that she was too powerful. Like I said, she was on the same level as like a Thor or a Scarlet Witch. However, my problem was the fact that she was struggling to do much of anything, and then all of a sudden she has this godlike power, and just because she can believe in herself, and that I think was a bit too much. Anyways, sure, Carol's abilities might seem a bit overwhelming, but not even the MCU's greatest Avenger. Oh, now she's the greatest Avenger. According to Feige, Captain Marvel isn't immortal. Carol still has her limitations. In future stories, well, none of the Marvel characters are immortal, even ones that seem immortal. Some people might be very hard to kill, but nobody is unkillable, the Marvel producer went on. So if we're lucky enough to see future adventures of Captain Marvel, of course, there will be limitations and there will be Achilles heels, and there will be things that we learn and see that it's not to say that it's, wow, that we are, let's see, let me try that again. There will be limitations, and there will be Achilles heels, and there will be things that we learn and see that it's not as easy as slicing through whatever she wants to at any point. But this wasn't the time to articulate that. Absolutely, it was time to articulate that. You don't, and this is like such a crappy trope when this happens in movies. And of course, Captain Marvel's not the only movie to do this. But when you suddenly at the end of the movie have the hero quadruple their power level and just kick all sorts of butt, it's not exciting, because when Captain Marvel suddenly unleashed at the end of the film, the problem was it's like, okay, now the bad guys can't stop her and she just wins. She went into God mode and wins. Now, contrast that with Thor Ragnarok, because Thor Ragnarok has a very similar element there where Thor loses his hammer at the beginning and feels powerless without it, and then finds out that, no, the hammer was just a control mechanism. He's still the god of thunder. He's not the god of hammers. And then he unleashes with the full force of Thor, and guess what? He does not kill Hela. He's not that powerful. Surtur kills Hela. Big difference. In this movie, she literally just flashes her power and Ronan runs away. Why did Ronan run away? Did he really think that there was yeah, that if she was that powerful that Ronan the Accuser with a fleet of ships just goes, oh, well, we better get out of here, but we'll be back for her. Why? Anyway. So this article says pretty much almost nothing other than Kevin Feige recognizes that she's OP at the end of the film and they need to dial it back, which, take it for what it is, that's not going to make the sequel a good film. It just, what they need to understand is that the fact that Thor, for example, Thor got a massive upgrade with Stormbringer in Infinity War. However, Stormbreaker will probably be an Endgame, but then Stormbreaker will probably either be destroyed, lost, or Thor is going to go off and rule Asgard and not be seen again anyway. I don't, once you get a character to max level, then they are no longer interesting. And so I don't want Thor to keep Stormbreaker and still be a regular member of the MCU. I would want him to lose it and go back to his normal power level. Same thing with any other character if they get any other upgrades. Like if Hulk goes to Professor Hulk and he becomes completely OP, then they need to dial it back and go back to a regular Hulk format. But in her introductory, I mean, this would be like if in the first Iron Man movie, Iron Man had the bleeding edge armor that he had in Infinity War. This would be if, I'm trying to think, like if Thor had Stormbreaker in the first Thor movie. It's too much. You can't just give them, make them over the top powerful right off the bat and then say we're going to dial it back, because that feels artificial, right? When Mjolnir, however you say it, was destroyed in Thor Ragnarok, that felt like an elemental part of the story, because that was a demonstration not to, we're nerfing Thor, but to demonstrate just how powerful Hela was, that she could literally crush that hammer with her bare hands. And Thor didn't have a chance against her. And even at the end, he could not completely overpower her. And so that required Surtur. Anyway, so I don't know, if Kevin Feige's just blowing smoke because he knows that she's OP. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll see what happens in Endgame. And I hope that she is somehow dialed back. And we'll find out. Maybe they'll say, oh, well, she's old now, so now she's less powerful for some random reason. All right, I'm done with that little rant. Let's see. The screen looks so much cleaner, so much nicer without the super chat options. Oh, okay. So you just don't want to see my super chat options. I see how it is. So you don't want to give me money anymore. The problem is, and I wish there was a way to do this. Like, I actually do like the way it looks right now better than with all the super chat stuff listed. However, there's no way to, because some people will join the live stream and say, wait, I want that one that I don't remember. And so if I have the list, it helps people. But yes. But I agree. They do look a little cluttered on the side there, but I like that. You missed Peggy Carter. I never saw the Peggy Carter series. Does Thor use Stormbreaker in the comic books? Stormbreaker in the comic books is actually, I believe, Beta Ray Bill's hammer. And Darren just said it. Yeah, the Beta Ray Bill, because basically Beta Ray Bill is an alien who gets Mjolnir, however the hell you say it, his hammer, and can wield it because he is worthy. And Odin makes him his own hammer so that he can continue to be a champion, and so that's where Stormbreaker came from. Trigger, make a t-shirt with all the super chat options and wear for the live streams. There you go. I will have to think on that. Put the super chats. That's not bad, Resolute. I might do that because I do like this look better. So, Cannon Breaker. That's the hammer that they use in Star Trek Discovery. All right. The Thor of the Ultimate line has a weapon that's visually similar to Stormbreaker of Infinity War. That's true, Darren. I've seen the Ultimate Thor. I've never gotten into it, but yeah, I've seen that. It's still, I believe it's still called Mjolnir, or however you say it. But yeah, I believe you're right that it looks very much like Stormbreaker from Infinity War. And I do think it'll be interesting to see, because everybody keeps saying that Captain Marvel is the most powerful Avenger, but Thor literally, briefly overpowered the Infinity Gauntlet with 6 stones. So, I don't know. Mercer says, okay, I'll talk to you next year. Bye. I'm out till next year. Next year? Wait, it's like Chinese New Year like tomorrow or something? What are you talking about, Mercer? You're not leaving for the next 9 months. I prefer classic Kirby design Mjolnir, though. I do too, but I like the look of Stormbreaker in the film, but I don't want it to. I don't want that to be its permanent weapon, as awesome as it is. If I wear a green T-shirt, would I look like a disembodied head? Yes. In fact, I have a green hat right here. So, yes. Yes, I am. My comments are not validated. That is not true, Mercer. Don't even say that, because even though I missed some of your stuff, that's not true. I do not, in fact, I'll go back and this is what you were saying. I do not think they will fight Thanos. His arc is over and succeeded. The Avengers will be about reversing time and reality. Fighting Thanos will not be interesting. I doubt that. I really do think that Thanos is going to be in this film. I think that he's going to do some things that we're not going to be expecting. I would not be surprised if we see the Avengers and Thanos fighting side by side at the end of this film. That would not surprise me in the slightest, and I think that would be freaking awesome. I was not crazy about Groot's arm being the handle Stormbreaker. Don't seem all that durable to me. Well, apparently it's durable enough. Next time, wear a green shirt so you can be ahead in a tip jar. I might have to do that one of these things. Must we always use time travel to solve problems? Well, it depends. I don't know. You know, I know some people have talked about time travel. I know that there's been some quote-unquote story leaks, but I don't necessarily buy that is truly what's going to happen. And I'll say, well, let's wait until we see what actually happens in the film before we assume that they're using time travel to solve their problems. Maybe the Avengers and Thanos have to team up to stop Carol Danvers. That would be awesome. Well, if they do it like in the comic books, no. The Avengers and Thanos would be teaming up to stop Nebula, who gets the Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos. The special effects in Orville Identity was better than Captain Marvel. I will agree with you in some respects, absolutely. In other respects, for example, if you're looking at the ship, and the big battle itself, comparing that to Captain Marvel taking on the ships at the climax of Captain Marvel, I would agree that Orville had a better look there. However, if you're going to compare, say, Yaphet to Goose, while I had a problem with Goose, I think Goose looked better than Yaphet. So it just depends on which visual effect we're talking about specifically. In Endgame, the Avengers will use a transwarp corridor. If they do, Thomas, I quit. And Checker, a plus to putting the super chats in the description. We can play the video in low resolution and still read the list. That's true. That's true, Mr. Miles. I actually like the idea. I'm going to probably do that. Also, the Kalon planet was awesome. That is absolutely true, Mercer. Better than Kree City. I will grant you that. I think Kree City looked all right, but I do think that the Kalon... But here's what the Orville does really, really well. Better than any other series I've ever seen, and really even any other film franchise that I've ever seen. What Orville does incredibly well is they make every planet... Whoa, jeez. Stupid shark. Every single planet looks unique and looks alien. That's something you don't see very often. right? In the Star Wars franchise, oh yeah, this planet's a forest, this planet's a desert, whatever. But really the planets don't look really all that unique when you're just looking at the planet. In the Orville, every planet they approach, you're like, wow, what the heck is going on there? And then, yeah. You need the snail to brain suck me? Wow, that's not nice. Daddy shark, do-do-do. Mommy shark, do-do-do. Okay. Anti-Checker, Stargate made a point for them to look Earth-like. It was a smart idea. Yeah, but Stargate, yeah, they built that into the Stargate. What is up with this stupid shark? Get back, 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 stay. But yeah, you're right. With Stargate, they wrote that into the story, and back. But yeah, I think you're right. It was smart for them to write it in, but most franchises you can't do that with everything. How did the Supreme Intelligence get on the ship? Was the record? What was the record? Is that what the record player was for? Good question. I have no clue as to how the Supreme Intelligence got. I mean, it's just like, oh, they have Wi-Fi, I guess. That's honestly the best answer I can come up with. They just had Wi-Fi. The shark wants to. Yeah, the shark is definitely being a camera hog. I've heard another theory that the Avengers will collect their own Infinity Stones from alternate realities to undo the snap. I've heard that as well. What? Will you stop that? But I don't know. And check, one major Stargate issue, they never create or explain why someone can understand everyone else. Universal English, they never explain it. Well, because writing. Because it's funny, because in the first few episodes, Daniel would translate for them. And then it's just like, screw it, they all speak English. It's like, really? Because I thought it was kind of cool that they had to have Daniel there to figure out the language and stuff. I thought they said they had to go to building to talk to the Supreme Intelligence. Exactly. That it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, they did hook up that thing to her, and I guess that's like a Wi-Fi receiver, a space Wi-Fi. It doesn't make sense. And that's the problem I have when I think that was just lazy writing. All right, guys, I do need to wrap it up. It's getting a little late, and I got to get some rest because I'm going to be hurting tomorrow regardless. But thank you all for hanging out with me. You guys are really the best. And no, I don't have a laser or anything pointed at the tank. The shark just likes to attack the camera for some reason. I've not figured out why. But in the meantime, remember, if your life is a story, then nobody reads it. So...
I have got something better.
Kneel before Zod. Yes. And Darth wants to stop me. What's it going to be, Darth? The shark is... Oh, jeez. I'm going to kill that shark. Anybody want a shark? Name the shark Alexa. I've got something better. Darth wants number 10. Who doesn't? How does the Supreme Command Intelligence pick his nose? Is that the setup for a joke, Darren, or are you seriously asking that question? because I do not have a freaking clue. Oh man, I love that one. Anti-Checker is tripping the rift. Yes. I remember that show. It didn't last long. Name the shark. Alexa, set alarm to 1 a.m. Yes, that would be a good one for then every time the shark came on, Bird of Prey would be going, damn it, Anti-Checker. All right, guys, once again, have a good one. And I hope pain is something that you enjoy.
Laurel, Morty, Laurel, Morty, sing it! 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 Sing it! Sing it! Sing it! Sing it! Sing it!